going to start this year off with something a little bit unconventional. Two circumstances happened in the last week that I think that they warrant people being aware of understanding what's going on. First, a sister of mine called me up and she says, I'm not asking you as a rabbi because I know the halacha. I want to know, what would our parents say? So the sister of mine is, Baruch Hashem, thank you very much, a very busy lady. And I know from other situations, many times she wanted to paint her house. And each time the something got in the way. And she can paint her house this week. Maybe she's painting it right now. I don't know. And she wanted to know what my parents would say. Should she do it in the 3 weeks or not? She knows you're allowed to do it. It's not after Chodesh. You know, she doesn't need to be taught halacha. I am close hopes. What are you supposed to do? So I think that most of you already know. I answered the person who's asking. Not everybody gets the same answer from me. I said, you could do it. It's absolutely okay. So I told you. Okay. Story number one. Story number two. Somebody calls me up about 2 weeks ago, and he said his kid turned 3, and he wants to make a halakha, and it works out very good in the 3 weeks. Can you make a halakha in the 3 weeks? Why are you smiling? Okay, we'll find out in a minute if it is. You wouldn't ask that question. So I'm going to start with attacking guilt. That's like a good place to start, okay? It's like a nice little small place. Okay? So I'm going to read halacha. Tav Kuf Nun Aleph, Sif Yud Daled. That's like a nice place to start. Okay? So remember, that's who we started this year. Okay. You're not allowed, b'shvur shachal boy, to give kids a haircut. Okay? Says the Mishnah Berurah. The sapik tanim, the talinam ishayach buchinu. I know most people, when they have me chinuch questions, it starts like this. I know that the age of chinuch is 6 to 8, but my son, that's better how it goes 9 out of 10 times. But my son, right, you know, he's mamish super precocious, and then at 4 he already knows shas backwards and forwards. He did it dafyemi twice, you know, I don't know how you do it exactly at 4.5. But actually, but my son, so at 3, I think that the cheshbon comes that you're not yet at age chinuch. I think so, right? My math good? Okay. So chinuch, that's a bad reason to say that he can't take a haircut because of chinuch, because he's not up to chinuch. What? Yeah. That's a bad reason. Chinuch of Avelus. It's a meal over. What? That's a teenager. All right. Anyways, so that's a bad reason. It's a bad reason to say that that's not very helpful in our situation. Okay? I'm not finished yet. Mishum Avelos, or Mishum Agmas Nefesh. Agmas Nefesh is a yeled misken. Look how Sophoigen, look how dishevelled he looks. And you say, yeah, well, that's because of the Churban bias, so it makes you feel bad. So in my opinion, when you see this kid with this long ponytail, he doesn't look any more like he needs a haircut today than he did last month or 2 months ago. Okay? So the reasons, nobody's going to have any knee-jerk reactions that are going to remind them of the 3 weeks by him not taking a haircut, right? Are you with me, Gil?
Yeah.
So what's the obvious response? Should be mutter. Is that what? 1 second. So far, somehow you know it's not the end. Huh? Okay, so this is if you're call it a strict halachist, right? So l'chayra, you have no right to say that it's possible. Purely halach. Is there anything else in Yiddishkeit besides hashkafically? Which hashkaf?
As a parents also some pleasure.
Oh, so no, let's go back to my sister. What's her issue? But it's mutter. What? No, so in other words, there's not only the halacha, there's a spirit of law. Now, I would like to share with you. I'm giving you right now a introduction to halachas. Okay, I would imagine most of you are ignorant on the subject, so I am going to read for you a Shari Tshuva in Hilchas Chalamoid. Many times I was by my Rebbe Moshe Halberstam, and he was an amazing person in many ways, but there was always something new around the corner. People used to come to him. I have reason to push off my halakha. Can I push it off? I have reason to push it forward. Can I push it forward? And he was asked a question many times, and I was makabel certain things, and I don't ever answer the question the same way did he. And it depends on a variety of factors. And I'm going to read right now something. And what I'm saying right now are my opinions. But I'm setting forth the subject matter of from where my opinions are coming. Siman Tov Kuf Lamed Aleph, Shari Tshuva Sivkatan Beis or Sivkatan Zion, depends which print you have. So I can't help you too much with that. But it's basically the second page of this volume. Okay? V'ayim began hamelach. You have it? No, Shari Tshuva. Shari Tshuva and Tavkuf Lamed Aleph. I got hamelach. You have it? Well, where is it? Aleph. Okay, mine says Zion, and when I looked at that one said Beis, and you have Aleph. We're doing wonderful. Okay. They are cut. Okay, just for cut the mutter legalech b'moed. That's the halacha which is going on. Okay. I'm gonna melcher kasu zel shoyno. Umutter lahashois means to push off. Simchas hatigalachas sheoisim lekaton kedei lahavil hasimcha b'moed. The kids' chalak is before Chalamoid. It's Gimel Nisan, and everybody's up, their sleeves rolled up in dishwater and doing sponja. Everybody's down to somebody else to make a chalak, but they don't have time to do it. So they want to push it off until Chalamoid. Chalamoid, you're not going to take a haircut. What about a chalak? You know, a chalak or Chalamoid? Okay, you can put this into your questions, right? Oh, yeah? Okay, fine. Okay. What's the issue?
You're not supposed to shave or especially if you're able to do it beforehand.
Okay.
The reason doesn't apply.
What?
The reason doesn't apply by the 3-year-old. Well, you can risk it in the drama, but not relevant.
Let's see the Mishnah Berurah on Vov. Okay, so Cotton Test Vov. Since I don't like to argue with you, so let the Mishnah Berurah do it. Okay. The Cotton says Muchaber before Shekatan has a lot of makeup. It's allowed to be Megaleach B'moed. The Lo Shach B'Tamish LeKonis B'moed Keshum Menovo. we don't have a right to slap him on the wrist because he had no obligation to take care of it. The law bar mitzvah. The dafka sheyesh lo se'arav the mitzvaya yedesa. The dafka lekot mutalekaleach. The tzach haregel hu b'shil hakot. He needs it. Aval ha'akum also legaleach. Fine. Afilu noilad. The tzalav dafka yochel legacha mikalim shari mitam anav. Afilu ben kama shanim. Kol shelo yigia l'shosh esrei shanim. Mutter legalcha b'moed. Not me. Geen moegach bemogen Avrohom. Achavog mestapig hech de kon neer kigodo. Daar zit een nog op de verhesje.
It was what Achiluk.
What do you mean? Okay.
After 9?
Mitzvah Shem on Tuesday night after we finish the 3 weeks, we're learning Hilchos Chalamoid. So when we get here, have it in mind. Okay, that's the plan as of right now. That's what we're learning after we finish.
2 more sessions before
I think so. That's all right. In our Mishnah Berurah class.
What?
In our Tuesday nights. Tuesday nights, 8:14. We'll start on the first page. We'll start on the first page. Okay. Wait, do I ever go in order anyways? So here he says as follows. You're allowed to push it off, even if he was able to do it beforehand. So it's machlekes Yis and the Mishnah Berurah if there's a heter for that or not.
Same name.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Umitzah nami ika bakach to push it off to Chalamoid. Check it out. Va'inyan shel simcha u'minig Eretz Yisrael gamken. Shoysim simcha b'tegalachas harishana shel kotten to make a big whoopee party. Shemachanchim oiseh b'mitzvahs liyas loy peyas harosh. Yushalayim. Sharju? Yeah. No, he's a Sfardi. You'll soon see. Vayim creates shar spheras or mesh kosabli and hochim al kever of shim by Echai Rabbi Avrohom Baruch Zachariash the lag moimer sharos mora hari shahalach sham legalech es benoi the mishte ubesimcha by yom mohem. Chaim is easy. It's the reason that's the problem. Okay. So, anyways, we'll leave that uncommented on. Anyways, tachlis. Are we talking about a haircut? Are we talking about a party?
Happens to be a haircut, but it's not.
There's much more to it.
It's
It's an event. Oh, I like that word. That's a good word. What?
And where did this, is it a mitzvah? Is it a minhag? Is it to do halakha? Where does it come from?
Does it come from?
Yeah.
The original source that I know?
From some of the factors.
It's on the language.
One law.
Yeah.
Right? One law.
I don't want to insult you. I insult you in Rabbi. Your oldest grandson and his haircut in my house.
No, I bought it.
I'm Lag BaOmer.
I bought it.
How many years ago was that?
15 years.
Okay. So if you think what you don't remember,
That's right,
okay?
That's right.
Speaking about making a big deal. I apologize.
It was not me, my son-in-law.
But excuse me. But you came along. You came along. You weren't misnaged. That's it. We nailed you. Anyways. All right. Echshahu. What? No, 1 second. Now, there are some people who, when they cut their kids' hair, and they move on with life. Okay, some people, they call me up. My kid is getting his first haircut. Which gedolim could you get me into to have them give them a snip? And what color cupcakes should be served at the event? I'm not sure which question is more important exactly. There's one to the father, one to the mother. I'm not really sure exactly. No, but I'm not I'm not getting involved in the subject over here, but here is where Gil is. What are you doing in the 3 weeks? There's, it's way better in Hebrew than it is in English. Zematim or zolomatim? In English, we say, is it appropriate? I don't think that it doesn't do it, right? I don't know how you say that exactly, zematim in English, but the translation would be, is it? Yeah, zolo sense, right? Not exactly. 1 second. 1 second. Maybe I'm all right. Okay. So now.
It's an Indian to take something that's going to take your mind off the leaves. And also to sit running your data money vacation, where you fly to Switzerland or wherever to go. That's also should be the same problem.
Are you playing that?
I'm just saying it should be together. It should be the same thing.
What's that? You obviously have a vivid imagination, because to you, planning your vacation and being on vacation are the same thing. For me, planning on vacation could be a famous. I don't know, right? So that's a different question, but that's not having a party.
It's like saying, if issues taking in mind of the theme.
I want to tell you something. Let's have a tasty supper. It's also inappropriate. You take what you're saying one step further, and I'm not disagreeing with you. But that's not the halachic subject. That's a subject of what a person's modus operandi is supposed to be in the 3 weeks. And there are certain things which are more glaringly against the spirit of the day than others. And this is where we come to zematim or zolomatim. That's what it comes to, okay? Speaking about what you're planning your vacation is maybe it's exciting, but you didn't really do anything. You did as my wife's friend was called, we created glue. We sat there, stuck to our chairs. That's what it's called in their house. Anyways, but I'm not disagreeing with the thought, but it's a far lower level of a problem. Now, so I will tell you as follows. The Hasidic poskim on this subject are machmir. The Litvish poskim are mekel. Why? Because a person who understands what's going on, matim, and that's say be machan chikid at a time when it's not a mamasulo. All the reasons of what the halakha symbolizes say you should not do it in the 3 weeks. And the different poskim, some say not do it in 3 weeks, some say not do it in the 9 days, some will say that it's such a chashuv thing to even do it in the 9 days. There's a whole in the Chassidish world. There is a fascinating kaleidoscope, but it's all with a certain understanding of what's going on. In the halachic poskim, it's mutarasa. There's not much to discuss. It's a very dry question. Okay?
That's why
it's true. It's true, as we proved when we started off. Is there any halacha that you're transgressing on? No. But if you understand what you're supposed to be doing, so then this is what you're supposed to be doing at this time. Just think about it. You're allowed to push it off from its appointed time to do it on Chalamoid because there's an inyan of Simcha, and therefore we want to double your Simcha on Chalamoid. And in the 3 weeks, you're going to do something which is not Bismanoi, that's maybe Simcha. It's Lo Azman. But there's no halach in Hilchos Shulchan Aruch. I haven't yet found yet. I'm sure I will before I reach 120. Somebody will write a tshuva as whether at Sudas Chalaka is tzarich basar or not. Okay, I haven't yet seen that you were written, and when you find it, please don't show it to me. Okay, anyways, but I'm sure that it will come. It will come to me. All right, but Echshahu. So we have a precedent that this is the point I want to bring out, by the people who this is a choshev inyan, they say not to do it. The people who it's not a choshev inyan, they say you can do it because you're not doing anything. So now let's go back to the guy who asked me the question. Okay, so I'm a modern rabbi. He caught me on a good day that I was in a nice mood. If I would have been in a not nice mood, I would have asked him, did you hire a tzalam for the occasion or not? What are you laughing about? The people who do. Oh, okay. What? It's a common thing. Huh? That's what the Chassidim did, right? That's the drugstore. You don't think so? Okay. I'm sure that 200 years ago, the Chassidim didn't do it. Anyways, the bottom line is, that's what I would have said. Meaning, what am I saying? You're making an event, or you're giving to get a haircut. I didn't say it like that. I said it in a nicer way. I said, hello, Mati. No, he's not. You are making a party at a time where it's convenient for you.
He's making a party.
That's what's going.
He was just going to take his kid and he came from the road, cut his hair, and come back.
I don't know. I want to tell you something. Anybody who takes the kid to Marom, he already is making an event.
Okay, so he takes it to his local Orthodox rabbi.
That could be. Then I would have what to discuss. I would probably tell the guy, depending on who the person is, if that's when the kid is born, fine, and if he was not born, then no. Anything that you're doing that you are upgrading, so then you are in a mode that's inappropriate. Now, I will just share with you a fascinating piece of my own personal history. I recall my Upshirin. I do. I'm not going to get involved into why I do. And when my oldest son was going to be 3, so he was born on Yom Kippur. And there's no cheder from after Yom Kippur until after Sukkot. And Efshar have a halachas without cheder. That's a very chamura. What? Yeah, okay. So I wrote my father, I don't know if you know, there's a thing called a pen, which Lev used to have one. Anyways, you had one? Was it your Shabbos school? Anyways, so I wrote my father a letter, and I asked him, are we makbid to wait till 3 mamish? And I said, because I have reason to assume someone that my father wasn't makbid at 3. That would not be after 3. And my father wrote me back as a dry bones. Ein ze minogenu. Period. You know? The end. Now, I had a challah. Yeah, but it's not, what? Yeah, but no, you know, the whole subject is, you know, well, like this, like this. What? Yeah, it's not, you know, say it. You know?
So you didn't ask me, so how come I got one?
I didn't ask you about it. I didn't ask.
Rob was 2 years and 11 months.
No, this my son was. I would only say a lie that I thought was believable. No. When my son was. Okay, so it's a little game. Now, a person who's asking this question is Mao Shoel Be'etzem. You understand? even in the daiti, even a person is my boy that you're doing it this time. It's a little smart for doing extra things. You're supposed to be laying low. This is the time when you're supposed to be laying low and not supposed to be doing other things. You know what I would say in each case individually, I can't really answer that question, but you ask me, Zolo Mati. You have a reason why it has to be done. That's a different story. Okay, this is why I'm starting because this concept is relevant to many things. It's relevant to making a house. It's relevant to all kinds of things that people do. And the more of a meaningful thing that it is, the more of an issue that it is. Now, I'm going to discuss. I'm going to do that right now. We're going to give exactly an example about that. People ask me about buying different things. Okay? A girl, teenage girl, asked me, "Yesh li beged chadash. Ani yochol lechadesh et ze?" So I said, "You need to wear it for the first time." That's what it means. Yeah, you only have one daughter. How would you know, right? But yeah. Anyways, so I said to the girl, I said, "When did you buy it?" 3 weeks ago. Mazel Boer. The season's almost over.
What's the question?
Why are you in a rush to wear it? You know what? The season is almost over. Doesn't mean that she doesn't have what to wear. It means she wants to wear a new dress.
That's a double edged.
What? Why not wait next season? Because after Tisha B'Av, there's still summer. I don't know if you're aware. We're not in South Africa, right? There's summer after Tisha B'Av. I have a new dress and I want to use it. She doesn't have a need for it. Well, she's afraid it's going to get used. She's not going to have to throw it out.
Why didn't you wear it up to now?
Oh, so I asked her, I gave it to the strangers, and you know, there's nothing. So I asked the girl.
This is not a question on a Shabbos.
No. Weekday dress would be Tisha B'Av if you wear it on Shabbos, right? Weekday dress. It's not. We have this thing that Shabbos and weekdays we could maybe interchange that. Ladies, they don't have. It's like wearing shorts on the ski slope. It doesn't go. Anyways, so now I'd like to Kalim Chadashim. I'm going to find over here. The Mishnah Berurah discusses buying. 1 second, let me just find over here. I thought it was in that halacha. Says that's where it is. Kalim Chadash, Ben Levanim, Ben Tziburim, Ben Shel Tzemer, also little was for Shabbos. V'anu Machmir Meresh Chodesh Ve'elach. Yes. V'anu Machmir Meresh Chodesh Ve'elach. Umayri Shekayna Beged Mitzukon K'moy Shehu Ubirech Shechianu B'Shas K'niyah. We don't have any Shechianu issues, right? Kaidem Shivasa B'Tana. So Al Kaidem Issa Kaidem Rosh Hashanah. What? Rosh Chodesh, I'm sorry. The Misha called a Beged Sheinu Mesukah and Nasalim Litva Halam Baruch B'Shas L'Misha. So we don't have any of those problems. Also, Lulvaish, that'll be also Rosh Misha also B'Tamas Mishum Shachianu. But that's how Mekilim. The B'Shadvasa Ben Mitzvah Mutter Loch Shachianu. Okay, Mutter Lulvaish. Now, next slide. Tell your Rabba, by the way, he disagrees with the Mishnah Berurah, and he says one should not, even the Gadim that are non-Shechianu, you shouldn't buy, because it goes up your stuff. It goes up. You know, it's the threshold of Mutter and Aser isn't done by the Shechianu or not. It's done by if it makes you happy. And it's not a time to be happy. Shoes, socks. Now the daiti, I have a statement to make. There are many people that buying shoes is as important as buying other things. And nowadays, by men, buying socks is an event. Okay? I don't know, but we'll just leave it at that. Because those are non-issues. Okay? Those are just, you're allowed to buy new tissues also. Right? They're just things. Okay? There's no issue to buy things. You're not allowed to buy things that make you happy. All right? Fine. So here someone's going to ask me, what is it that you shouldn't be buying? So the halacha is anything that's socks, underwear, and the like.
And what happens if you have your socks and buying $100 a pair?
See a psychiatrist. I'll just tell you something. Are they support those? Because if they're not supporting you, they're supporting somebody else. What in the world are $100 socks? I don't know what those are. But if they are, notice again, these are example of things which are dover shamavakach. As I said, nowadays, that socks are an event. Yes, and a home. What? Some people express themselves with ties. Some people express themselves with socks. Or the lack thereof. So I have a pair of those too. But, no. So that one's missing the other one. It's always. I buy socks that come with three. So, I lose one, I still have a pair. Yeah.
So one of from advertising booklets, quote unquote, every time booklets here, they had a thing.
You mean a thing that's from a customer. Yes.
I think it was for a furniture store. It had something like these things are so bad because if you don't buy it now, you're about to see. Yeah. It was not up there in the food. Yeah, I'm not buying for that. Right. So they're doing it from the Savanat. They're making a number over 3 weeks. Saying we're going to keep our prices than ever. Right. That for customers, illegal manipulation.
I don't think it doesn't have to be illegal manipulation. It doesn't have to be illegal manipulation. If you want to know, again, this is the point which I would like to express tonight. Because all these things I'm trying to drive home a point. The halacha of mutter or aser does not have to do with whether you observe the 9 days or the 3 weeks. Aside from keeping the halachas, there's a posture, there's a feeling, there's a way of life that these times are supposed to be fostering. So, because you got a heter, does that mean that you should do it? Now, I'll speak to you. I want to tell you something. I had a bris today, and the sandik, the father, I don't remember who it was, asked me, "Is it mutter for him to shave after the bris too?" Now, this is a fascinating question. The reason why one is allowed to shave before a bris is for two reasons. One, it's Yom Tif, and one, will cover the mitzvah. before the bris, it will cover the mitzvah. I'm okay. The guy after the bris, come on, chaber the brit. If you didn't take a haircut before that.
You didn't do it for me.
They go after.
I wasn't doing it for
No. We asked after. So I was just thinking about it. I said, there's something wrong. This is called abuse. It's called an abuse. You found a heter. This is, excuse my expression, this is called eating bagels. You know what eating bagels are?
It doesn't get us out of tackling.
What?
Becomes the mincha after the bris doesn't get us out.
So for you it's Tishabov, because he's not saying tachlim you are. But the bottom line is that it's really Yom Shachal. Why did you take a haircut before the bris? What? Now it's mutter. Yeah. I'm not right now discussing their particular situation. I'm not getting involved in that. What's going on? So now you found a heter, or is this what you really wanted? Is really younger? So I have a question on the person who asked the question. You understand? I was very busy when he asked. I wasn't really, able to address the question properly. I'm addressing it to you. In other words, do you think that I'm right now asking you a question right now? This is a question which I get asked all the time, and I answer it the same way most of the time. People ask me, am I allowed to do this? Am I allowed to do that? Allowed to cheat on this? Allowed to steal on that? And there's all kinds of cases why it's really mutter and it's not usher. This, I don't have to explain. I'm sure you're all familiar with many of these situations. So what I ask the people usually is, I think if you don't do it, and you get up to Shemayim, and they say to you, were you mishtalo for your parnasa? And you'll say yes. And they'll take out a checklist of all things that you're supposed to do. Is this going to be on the things that you're supposed to do for your parnasa or not? And invariably, the people say the truth. They don't think that it's on the list of things they have to do. So I say, so why are you being over mishtalo?
I mean, each morning we say creation hours and Mishnah Berurah, and I've never heard of anyone say we should shave before going to shul in the morning.
I'm lost at the question. No, I didn't say I didn't understand. I'm lost at the question. You understand that a bris is a special occasion? No, that's not what I asked you. It's a special occasion. Is Kriya Shema a special occasion? Why don't you answer the question I asked you? What? Okay. What? It's not a special occasion. It's a powerful opportunity. Special occasions demand, if somebody, I'll give you an example. If you were to see, I don't know who the Gadol Hador is, Mr. X, Rabbi X, okay? Rabbi X, if you were going to see him, would you put on your Shabbos clothing? Let's say you learned by this Gadol Hador. Would you wear Shabbos clothing every day? No. I don't understand. He's less of a Gadol. He's more of a Gadol, and you have more of him if you learn by him every day. Why don't you wear Shabbos clothing every day? What's this face? Why don't you get to my question? What's the answer to the question? And what did the Amoira say? I don't do what Esav does because I ain't there. So there are special occasions that demand special conduct. And that doesn't mean that the regular things are more powerful than those special occasions. Kriya Shema is not a special occasion. I'll we said this when we learned Hilchos Tefillah, and I'll just end with this thought. Which is more important? Kriya Shema or Shmona Esrei? Is that how we decide? Where are there special halachas on how a person has to be dressed? By Shmona Esrei or by Kriya Shema? Which is more important? Thank you.